Have you noticed changes in someone you love that feel small but somehow unsettling? Maybe it's something in their energy, their appetite, or how they move through the day. For many families, the end of life doesn't arrive with a sudden event. It often comes with a series of quiet shifts, signs that the body is gently and slowly winding down. The truth is, our bodies usually give us hints months, sometimes even a full year before life reaches its final chapter. The problem is, these signs are easy to overlook. They're subtle at first, easy to brush off as just part of getting older. But for those paying attention, they're signals worth noticing. Recognizing them early can help you provide better support, share more meaningful moments, and make the most of the time you have left with the people you love. Today, here on Health 360X, we're going to walk you through 5 of the most common signs that may appear in the final year of life. If you stay with us until the end, you'll come away better prepared, emotionally and practically, to walk this journey with clarity, compassion, and confidence. Let's begin. Sign number 1, noticeable weight loss. One of the first signs that someone may be nearing the end of life is unplanned, consistent weight loss. It can sneak up quietly, and pants getting loose, belts needing extra notches, shirts hanging a bit more than they used to. Sometimes it's a loved one no longer cleaning their plate or saying they're just not hungry. Many families chalk this up to normal aging, but it's often a deeper issue. Unintentional weight loss usually means the body isn't absorbing nutrients the way it should. As we age, muscle naturally diminishes, but when that process speeds up, it may point to a more serious change. The digestive system may not be breaking down food properly, or the body may be struggling to make use of the protein it needs to maintain muscle. And when muscle disappears, so does strength, making everyday movement harder and increasing the risk of falls and infections. There's also the matter of appetite. In the later stages of life, many seniors lose interest in eating. Food just doesn't taste the same. Meals feel like chores. Some start skipping them altogether. This is more than preference. It's a biological shift. As the body starts preparing to shut down, the drive to eat fades. It's no longer signaling hunger in the same way it once did. Underlying medical issues also play a role. Diseases like heart failure, cancer, kidney disease, and even chronic depression can all quietly contribute to weight loss long before other symptoms become obvious. You may try to help by offering favorite foods, preparing smaller meals, or introducing protein shakes. These efforts are loving and sometimes helpful, but if the weight keeps dropping despite your best attempts, it's time to see this for what it really is. And understanding that message can help you care for them with more intention, more compassion, and a clearer sense of what truly matters. Sign number 2, deep fatigue and declining strength. Another major sign is a type of exhaustion that doesn't go away with rest. This isn't just feeling tired after a busy afternoon. It's a deep, whole-body fatigue that affects every part of daily life. Getting out of bed feels like a chore. Walking to the bathroom is suddenly an effort. The body transitioning. At this point, it's less about increasing calories and more about ensuring comfort. Soft, easy-to-eat foods, gentle hydration, and a peaceful mealtime routine can go much further than pushing a full plate. If you notice a loved one steadily losing weight, especially if they seem weaker, less active, or more tired, don't ignore it. It's a message, not just about the body, but about time. Conversations, dressing, eating, even these become draining. What's happening here is the body is starting to conserve its energy. Organ systems, especially the heart, lungs, and muscles, begin to slow down. The heart isn't pumping as efficiently. Blood isn't flowing with the same strength. Muscles aren't getting the oxygen they need. So the body shifts into a kind of energy-saving mode, using its limited reserves only for the most essential functions. As a result, seniors in the final stage of life tend to sleep more, not out of laziness, but because their body is asking for it. They might take long naps during the day or fall asleep in the middle of a sentence. One moment they may seem alert, and the next completely drained. Emotionally, this can be tough to witness. Many older adults who once took pride in their independence feel frustration when they can't keep up. They may begin to withdraw from conversations or avoid activities, not because they've lost interest, but because they no longer have the stamina. This can lead to isolation, and in many cases, a faster decline. As a loved one, it's easy to want to push them, to keep them active, get them moving, try to motivate them back to normal. But in this phase, it's not about fixing fatigue, it's about recognizing its meaning. Let them rest. Create calm, comfortable routines. Help them save their energy for what matters most: a conversation, a warm bath, a quiet moment on the porch. When you notice this kind of deep, ongoing fatigue, it's not something to fix, it's something to honor. Their body is speaking. Your role is to listen. Sign number 3. Increased confusion or emotional withdrawal. As a person moves closer to life's final stage, their thinking patterns and emotional responses often begin to shift. You might notice they seem more forgetful, asking the same questions several times, misplacing things, or having trouble following a conversation. They may get confused about what day it is or even where they are. These aren't just little lapses. For someone who's never had memory problems, these changes can be a sign of something deeper. The brain, just like every other organ, relies on a constant, healthy flow of blood and oxygen. As circulation slows and the body begins conserving energy, the brain doesn't get the same nourishment it once did. That can cause mental fog, disorientation, and even moments of sudden clarity followed by complete confusion. One minute they're talking about childhood memories, the next they don't recognize who's in the room. Emotional withdrawal often comes alongside this cognitive decline. A once chatty grandparent may go quiet. Someone who loved family gatherings might now prefer to sit alone in silence. They're not doing it to be rude or distant. They simply no longer have the energy or mental focus to process a lot of stimulation. Talking becomes work, noise becomes overwhelming, their world begins to shrink, and it can feel like they're slowly retreating from the outside in. You may also see changes in mood. Some people become anxious or irritable, others seem flat, detached, or unexpectedly peaceful. These emotional changes aren't always easy to explain, but they're usually rooted in the brain's reduced ability to manage emotion and memory the way it used to. For families, this can be one of the hardest parts of the journey. Watching someone you love slip in and out of lucidity or stop engaging altogether can feel like losing them piece by piece. But here's what's important to remember. Even when they don't respond the way they used to, your presence still matters. Your voice, your touch, your patience, all of it still reaches them in ways you may not see. Instead of trying to bring them back to the present moment, meet them where they are. Speak gently. Offer simple comfort. Sit with them in silence if that's what they need. The goal isn't to fix their confusion. It's to surround them with familiarity, peace, and love in a time when everything else may feel uncertain. Sign number 4, more frequent infections and slower healing. As the immune system weakens, another key sign of the final year of life is an increase in illnesses that come more often and take much longer to recover from. You might notice that your loved one is catching every little bug, struggling with recurring urinary tract infections, or taking weeks to bounce back from a common cold. Even small scrapes and bruises that once healed quickly may now linger. Cuts stay open longer, bruises grow larger, and wounds may reopen easily. These are signs that the body's repair systems, especially blood flow, immune response, and tissue regeneration, are all slowing down. Repeated infections are especially common. Pneumonia, UTIs, skin irritations, even dental infections, they all become harder for the body to fight off. And antibiotics, which used to work quickly, may not have the same effect. It can feel like every round of treatment brings only a temporary solution, followed by another setback. Many families want to stay hopeful, and that's completely natural. You want to believe the next medication will work, the next hospital visit will help. But sometimes more treatment means more discomfort without much benefit. That's why it's important to recognize when the focus may need to shift, from curing to comforting. You may also notice signs of infection that don't look the way you expect. Instead of a high fever or chills, a senior may just seem more tired than usual, more confused or uninterested in food. These subtle changes are often the first red flags, and they're easy to miss if you're not looking for them. At this stage, care becomes about maintaining comfort and dignity, keeping the skin clean and moisturized, offering fluids throughout the day, and creating a calm, low-stress environment can often do more than another prescription. Your goal becomes helping them feel better, not just treating the illness. Sign number 5. Major changes in breathing or circulation. Perhaps one of the most visible signs that the body is nearing the end is a shift in how it breathes and how blood flows. You may notice that breathing becomes slower or more shallow. It may start to happen in bursts, a few fast breaths, then a long pause. Some people develop what's called Cheyne-Stokes breathing, a pattern of deep, fast breathing followed by stillness. It can be unsettling to witness, but it's common in the body's final phase. Circulation also weakens. Hands and feet may feel cold more often. Skin might look pale, bluish, or blotchy, especially around the fingers, toes, or lips. These are clear signs that the body is redirecting blood to its most vital organs, pulling it away from the outer areas. Breathing may also become harder with even minimal movement. Sitting up, talking, or shifting in bed might leave them winded. You may notice they start breathing through their mouth, or ask to sleep propped up because lying flat feels uncomfortable. In some cases, fluid builds up in the lungs, creating a persistent cough or a rattling sound in the chest. It's natural to feel alarmed by these changes. Your instinct might be to fix it, help them sit up straighter, encourage deeper breaths. But often these aren't emergencies. They're the body's natural way of slowing down. What matters most in this phase isn't trying to reverse the process, but making the person feel at ease. Keeping the room cool and well ventilated, using a humidifier, offering small sips of water, or even a little oxygen support. These are all simple ways to make breathing easier. The focus shifts from intervention to relief, from prolonging life to improving its quality. So now we've walked through the 5 signs: significant weight loss, profound fatigue, cognitive changes, frequent infections, and altered breathing or circulation. Not every person will experience all of these, and not always in the same way, but when you begin to see these signs, especially more than one, they may be telling you that time is growing short. It's hard, it's emotional, and it can feel overwhelming. But you are not alone in this. Many families have walked this path before, and by knowing what to look for, you can walk it with more strength, more peace, and fewer regrets. This is the time to slow down, to be present, and to focus on what matters most: connection, dignity, and love. Don't try to do it perfectly, just try to do it with heart. Thank you for being here with us today on Health 360X. If this video helped you, we invite you to leave a comment sharing what stood out most and how you plan to use what you've learned. Your experience might help someone else going through the same journey. And if you'd like more support and guidance, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. We're here to walk with you every step of the way. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of those you love.